Okay, so welcome everybody to day number, what, 10? 9? Day number 9 of our Google Apps practical class. This isn't the theoretical part, this is the practical part. And it is Tuesday, January 27th, 2015. How's the weather in California?
It's clearing up. We had a little rain yesterday, but it's clearing up. It should be mid-70s or so today.
Ah, okay.
Yep, we had a little rain yesterday.
A little rain, enough to have positive things happen.
Right. Nothing like the blizzard back east.
Right. Okay, good. Well, great. So today is kind of like what you should consider this, or our students should consider this as kind of like a staff meeting. So what we need to know, Dennis, you and I need to know is, how's everybody going? What are the challenges to getting to publish this newsletter by Monday?
Okay.
So typically what would happen in a staff meeting is the senior person would go first in each department. But you know, for today, we can keep it a little bit less formal.
Okay.
And do you want to open it up there for the departments to start talking about how things are going, what challenges they have?
Yeah, we've already discussed some as far as like subscribers, who we're going after, and everyone's just kind of working on their projects individually till we can kind of collaborate it. I'm going to have everyone pretty much try to send what they have to me, then that way I can get with you. Joe and I spoke this morning. We're going to kind of work on that. We got the apps for the, we both have the app for MailChimp.
Okay, good.
Signed up there. Yes, Kathy.
Okay.
Okay, you want to just come and, you can just come and just tell them, yeah. It's not like you're on television. It's just it's okay. It's okay. It's
You are
okay.
online worldwide.
Oh, look at you. Thank you.
Here?
Yeah, yes, right here. You can just talk to it there.
Okay.
So you don't even have to be on
Oh,
camera.
thank you. I
There you go.
appreciate that.
Go
Thank you. So, Ed, one of our challenges, my name is Kathy, and I'm from the design team. And one of our challenges is that Docs is limited compared to Word. And you just don't have the flexibility and the ability to do the things that you'd like to do as far as design and making it look pretty and all that stuff. And Word, when you do the document in Word and then you upload it into the Docs, it doesn't translate well. It takes some of the features and such. But I'm new to, completely new to Cloud and Docs and all that, so I'm really learning right now.
Okay, so I think what I heard you say is MailChimp is not flexible enough for what you want to do.
No, I think she's more or less talking about the design portion of the newsletter.
Okay, so but the design portion should start in MailChimp.
Oh,
No.
Okay, so let me see if I can get to MailChimp.
She's talking about Docs.
we're working in Google Docs.
Are you talking about forms?
Yes.
As far as text or with graphics?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're talking, Kathy, you're talking about the layout?
Yes, the layout, the graphics, the images, tables, all that stuff, frames. We're just trying to do something to make it look like a pretty nice newsletter, and it just doesn't seem like it works real well. Is there something else that we could be doing?
Well, so MailChimp, so you can see my screen, right?
Yes.
Yes.
That's right.
When they go to MailChimp, have you guys tried it at all in MailChimp?
I'm
No, we haven't yet. We kind of dabbled in a little bit.
Okay. Well, one of the things I found out, because I just started working with it yesterday too, when you put it in there, it is kind of on stuff, but over to the right-hand side, it's going to say there's going to be a button called More when you're in editing, and then that's going to bring in all your other stuff for like typefaces, type color, all that other stuff. That's when that'll pull that menu bar down.
Oh,
Okay, so
Ed, we have not been working in MailChimp. We have been working in the Google Docs page.
right. Okay.
I don't even know MailChimp at all. I'm not familiar with it at all.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Good.
she's not in that department.
Now, on my screen, you can see my screen, right?
Yes.
Okay. Um,
Yeah, that's.
so I'm just going to go to an old newsletter and pull it up.
I want to put it over there. Rose wants to leave it right here. Been here for years, and that's where she wants to leave it. Because then the people over here can hardly see. So,
Okay, so this is something somebody created.
Let me grab my glasses.
okay.
So let's see. What I want to do is show you some templates because in MailChimp, there's all kinds of templates you can use to start that it doesn't look like it's a thing. It looks like.
I started one.
So just hold on a second. I'll pull one up.
No, he didn't understand.
Yeah, yeah, he still doesn't. Who's
You have to tell him that you didn't refer to MailChimp at all. He didn't hear you. It's hard to hear.
Okay, so here is
Stop asking him.
a number of templates
That's the one running.
that are in MailChimp. They're already laid out. Now here are some themes.
But it's okay, because
Yeah,
whoever's
so
working
I'm
on
gonna, yeah,
MailChimp is
exactly,
going to
that's
learn
what
from
I'm
that.
doing, exactly.
He's just going to have to learn.
Oh, you don't have to repeat it again, right?
Okay, so let's say I just pick this
Okay. Well, this is good to know.
theme right here. So MailChimp starts with a bunch of themes. So it's like that, right? I picked from, how many different templates are there, would you say, Brett? 200. Okay, so there's 200 and some different templates that we can start with. And if I want to change this picture here, I click that. I come over here, it pulls up the picture. I edit it. I go to edit, and then I can do all kinds of stuff with that picture. Or I can replace the picture with a different picture. So let's say I want to change it with this picture. Okay, now I just replace that big picture with this one here, the Google Plus picture. So you start with templates and then you add the content. So Kathy and everybody in LA, it's a good thing you're bringing this up because design is vital. It can't look like they're getting an email. It has to look like a newsletter, and that's what MailChimp does. Yes, Brett?
Okay, on the technical side, something else that I was thinking about. Oh, gee, thanks, Val. Okay, on the technical side, something that we need to think about is the people that have, okay, spam and with antivirus, running antivirus programs, when they set their limits for as far as the actual, how much it is, before they get notified that there's a problem here. Like they can set it at 500 kilobits, whatever they set it at. And then that's what'll shoot it to spam if
Okay.
it's
All right, so that's a little bit ahead of the question. But the good news is Brett here is thinking about those very important things because you don't want to send emails and have them not arrive.
and something to let them know is one of the reasons MailChimp is important. Okay. Well,
Just joking with you.
oh, thanks, pal. One of the reasons that MailChimp is so important is because it's going out as a mass email, and MailChimp automatically brings everything down to the size of what it needs to be in order to be sent out properly.
Okay, so the takeaway is MailChimp is important. As Brett said, it does a lot of things to make this thing look good. So if people pull it up on a smartphone, for example, Brett, it reconfigures it.
Exactly.
If people have a tablet, it does that. So, you know, hopefully we can have a class at 2. Who's doing design here? Okay, so at 2 o'clock, let's have a hangout on air. What works better for you guys in California, 1 or 2? 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock to have a hangout on air just to go over MailChimp?
Oh, let's see, 2 o'clock.
Okay, so we need at least 1 or 2 people.
Okay. Okay. With Joe.
And we'll go over MailChimp. So, but so Kathy, that's a very good question because one of our foundations here is the way things start is the way they tend to end. So if we start out not getting what MailChimp does, there's no way we're going to be able to take advantage of MailChimp, and we're going to be thinking like it's an email. MailChimp is designed so that you're sending out things that don't look like emails, but they actually, technically, are an email. People get them in their inbox, so they're technically an email. Okay, so that's a good question. Did we answer that satisfactorily?
Yes, and they're going to meet you at 2 o'clock.
1 or 2?
2 o'clock would be better. It's going to be Kathy and Joe.
Beautiful. 2 o'clock. Kathy and Joe.
Okay.
MailChimp. Okay, next. What's the next thing there? Is the heater on?
Any other have any questions about what they're doing?
Hi, Gene. This
What?
is Keith with La Voce magazine. I was calling to see what time you wanted to try to read today. So you see this message.
What are you guys looking for, Eric?
72626.
Oh, the library. Did you see the Jesuit redactions or the
I'm not
Jesuits when they came to the Great Lakes area?
You can
Okay, next. Okay. Anybody else in California have anything they want to talk about? Staff report wise, what do we need to do to get to publish this on Monday?
Any other questions? Not right now.
Okay, so what's happening with the marketing team regarding subscriptions?
Okay, we need to find out exactly who we're going to be subscribing to.
Okay, so again, once you get into MailChimp, once you see MailChimp, you will, okay, once you see MailChimp, you will see one of the sections is called lists. So in there it has the list right now of subscribers.
Okay.
And there are 639. Who was working on that yesterday? Okay, Robert. Okay. So there was Veronica. There's 639 people in that subscriber list right now.
Okay.
Now, the vast majority of them are literally just email addresses without names or organizations attached to them.
Okay, that's okay. It's not ideal, but that's okay. So if I go back to MailChimp, and go to back to our starting point, the dashboard. So one of the columns I clicked on at the top says lists. Here are the lists that we have. So this list here, LTC, Larson Training Center, contact info updates,
Okay.
is the list. So you see it says 639 subscribers. And then, as Robert said, many of them, all it has is the person's email address. But you can click on the column headings and sort also. So let's see.
Okay, and then you just check the box to those you want to send it to, correct?
Well, it'll send it by default. It sends it to everybody.
Oh, okay, without checking any of the boxes to the left on the
Yeah.
left column?
When you set up the campaign, so when we publish, MailChimp calls that a campaign. So
Right.
each issue we call an issue, they call a campaign.
Yeah.
So as part of the process, if you wanted to start doing it, very quickly, the process is, okay, I'm here at the desktop, campaigns, I click on that, which is in the upper left. Then over here on the right, it says create a campaign. So that would be what we would do. And we have to decide, is it going to be done here or there? Because we're not going to do two campaigns. And then there's many types of campaigns: a regular old campaign, a plain text campaign, an A/B split campaign, RSS driven. So
I think it would be better to be done there.
what?
I think it would be better to be done there, the campaign.
Yeah, we probably should do it because you guys stop on Thursday and we can finish the campaign on Friday.
And
But
we'll have a different agenda.
got it. Okay, so choose type of campaign, and A/B split, the third one down, is a clever thing where you can have two subject lines. You don't know which one's better. A key to getting people to open an email is they read the subject line, and if that subject line is compelling, there's a higher probability they'll open it than if it's not compelling. So MailChimp enables you to create an A/B split where you can have two different subject lines. What it will do, the first day is it'll send out a random sample of the list to 10% of the people using the subject line A, and it'll send out 10% to subject line B. Then the next day it'll figure out, well, which one got the most opens, so I'll send the other 80%, whichever one of those subject lines got the most opens. So that's a really good tool. Once we select the type of campaign, here we're going to use a regular old campaign to start, then it asks you which list shall we send. And here again it's the LTC contacts. So we click on that, and it says entire list, a saved segment, a new segment, paste emails to build a segment. So we're going to say to the entire list at the beginning of the week. So we click on that, we go to the lower right corner, click next. Then it comes up with the campaign info, what's the name? So we have a name that is associated with Volume 1, Issue 1, just so we can keep track. Subject line, who it's from, Larson Training Centers. We check this box over here to personalize it, so in the to file field it says the person's name. We're tracking the opens, the clicks, etc. And then once again, when we're done, we click next. Okay. Okay, so we go to the next section, which is the theme. So we choose our theme. This is where we have to create a theme in the beginning. So let's just say we chose that theme. And then we design it. So I can either go with this theme, or let's say I wanted to put another picture in. I go over to the right where it says image. I drag it to where I want it to go, and then I upload an image. Yes, Brett.
I believe that if they got their Microsoft, they have it done. They can just copy. They can open up Windows side by side. They can copy and paste, and then they can also just
Right.
drag and drop the pictures from the page.
So, for example, so what Brett is saying, let's say I did something in Microsoft Office. I created a document, which you should be doing in California. I want to add it to the email. So first I go to the body. I have these choices over on the side. And let's say I want to put a text box here. I do that. Now, over on the right, I can paste whatever from my Word file in here. But I'm not pasting it because I don't have anything to paste. But I'm just going to type it, and you see on the left it goes in there. So I pasted it in, I save and close, and now I have my text. That's how easy it is in MailChimp. This button here, social share, so we can share our Facebook, our Twitter, our email page, all of that. We just have to link these. And the way to link it, so go here, let's say Facebook. Yeah, that's what I want. Oops, deleted it. Anyway, then I can point them to where we want them to go. I don't remember how to do it right now, but it's not hard. It's easy to do. So those are some of the things. Social follow, same thing. I can drag it over, edit. So Facebook, here I put in the Facebook link to our Facebook page. Close it. And so those are the things that we can do in MailChimp. Then when we're done with that, we come to here, which is the ending page to check everything out. You want all green lights over on the left. We've got a couple that are yellow. Once you do that, then you can schedule the campaign, and we pick a date. So we would pick 9:30 Monday morning, and at 9:30 Monday morning, we'd go out. Pretty easy. So the campaign that we sent out yesterday at 9:15 has been open for Ciao Tutti, for the newsletter we do. 154 people have opened it as of right now. So that's the basics of the campaign, of the MailChimp thing. So the take-home for everybody is MailChimp is a very powerful tool. It's not hard to learn. It's easy to use. It's a tool that you want to have in your toolbox when you go for your interview. Because if you go work for a company and they don't do a newsletter or a mass mailing to their customers and prospective customers, they're losing business. What are the two things employers look for, are interested in?
Make money, save money.
Make money and save money. So if in your interview you can tell the guy how you can quickly make him more money than it cost him to hire you, even if you're not the best guy, what could happen?
You'll get the job.
He could hire you and still hire the other person because you just came in with the way, you just delivered a way that you pay for yourself.
Yes, my name is Keith.
And if he's only going to hire one person, now you would have skills that that person doesn't have.
And I want to try to set an appointment to have an interview for my students.
So the people that are involved in operations, the people involved in marketing, the people involved in admin, what you should take away is MailChimp is the foundation for this. MailChimp is the foundation. Okay, hold on one second. We have our SPQR group leaving. Okay. So let's have everybody line up at the door or get on camera so we can see you. And John, maybe you can tell everybody what you're doing. You and get your team with you. Okay, Robert, Rodney,
Okay.
whoever's going to protest the unfair treatment of pigeons in Las Vegas, please step forward.
I want to go.
Okay. And
Pigeon power.
Yes, right.
Oh, I can't see.
Okay, John, come step a little bit forward.
So where we're going today is to Councilman Barlow's reelection.
Who's Councilman Barlow?
Councilman Barlow is the city councilman for the 5th Ward. He's up for reelection. He's going to be announcing his reelection campaign on the steps of City Hall, and myself and the rest of the students here will be going to stand behind him in support. And the reason for it is that the more you have connections with city officials, elected officials, state officials, then you're able to push your agenda through, such as we're working with the councilman to acquire property so we can have housing for the students who attend the Larson Training School.
You know, and the other thing, John, you can try to get is classroom space, like the Salvation Army were trying to do,
okay.
because there's probably a lot more office buildings that they can give us a place to put a classroom, so people don't have to walk
You too.
2.5 miles, 3 miles to get to school or stand around for an hour, you know, waste an extra 2 hours a day because of the bus. Okay, so that's another thing we can do. But anyway, this is our SPQR, part of the SPQR team. Who else is on SPQR? Jesse, anyone else? Okay, Marcellus. What is your name back there?
Mario.
Right, Mario, Mario G.
Everybody knows Mario.
Super Mario, right. Okay, good. So, okay, good luck. Come back with your shield or on it,
So we're
as the Spartan
now.
said, correct.
Legitimus non carborundum.
Right, okay. So for the people in California who are a little bit confused, remember there's only 3 million people in the state of Nevada. What?
Why do you always gotta say something funny?
I only speak the truth, right? What is, oh, Odie's leaving. I speak what you yourselves do know. I'm a plain, blunt man.
Truth can be comedic.
Okay, so California has how many people? What's the population of California now?
Something like what, 30, 37, 38 million people?
Okay, 38 million people. The population in Nevada is just under 3 million people. So the infrastructure here, the number of people here are less than in Orange County. But the size is, you know, maybe 100 or 1,000 times larger than Orange County. So this state does not have a large bureaucracy. It can't afford it because there's only 3 million people. Thus, public officials are much more approachable. They're very approachable. So we have judges, senators, assemblymen, city council people, all kinds of elected officials come to the school because they get that education is vital. You have to have the skills. In order to get a good job, you have to have skills. In order to have skills, you have to have an education. So they're supportive of the school, and what we need to do is make sure to be supportive of what they're doing and make sure that the public in general knows there is a solution. There is a solution. We just have to do it. So that's why the, how many people is that? About 6? About 6 people left to go to that thing. Okay. So let's see. We've got about 15 minutes left. What else do we need to do in order to publish our newsletter on Monday? What about people here? Anybody working on any stories? Stories? Who's involved in content? One person? Safira, how many people are involved in content? Proceed.
Inside the folder that I made, but no one put.
What about Brett's thing?
So Brett, he never emailed it out. He just saved it for himself.
Selfish like
Brett,
that.
what is the
What are we
status?
talking about?
the form you created?
I did send it out. Okay, am I in your circle? Yeah. You click on me, go to my page, my home page. It will always be there.
Okay, who has not filled out the form? Father Max, the best Jesuit in the state of Nevada, has not filled out the form. How could you not do that, Father? Oh, okay, good.
You make an interesting story for our newsletter.
That is true. You're right. Okay,
One of
so
the reasons I quit going to Hope for Children was because it got too churchy. I'm
okay,
just throwing that
swim
out.
buddy. Swim buddy. Well, everybody knows Jesuits are not religious. Okay.
Father Max likes me, and I like him.
Okay. Hey, let's focus. Focus. Okay. Content.
Facts about where things are and where they're going.
Okay. Now let's take one step back. Whoever has not filled out the form that Brett has, we need to do our Navy SEALs thing. The people who have need to show the people who have not.
Yeah.
And so this is an important thing to do, Brett. This is an important skill I want you to focus on. You are very good at getting things done, but the herd is left behind. I mean, sorry, did I say herd? Did I say that out loud? I meant flock.
No,
The
I
flock is
posted it.
not the herd.
Okay, the problem is everybody that we're trying to get, I don't have in my circle.
I understand, but what you have to do is you have to have what's called cluefulness. Anybody remember cluefulness?
I
Lawrence
posted it 4
Lessing.
times.
Lawrence Lessing. Cluefulness is the ability to anticipate future dangers. Cluefulness. So Brett, you need before. Hold on, let me finish. Before you do a thing, you need to say, now look, I know if I do this, everybody's going to be left behind. So before I do it, I need to rally support. And okay, who is the head of each department? Okay, you are. What is your email address? So I will make sure you get it, and you have to make sure your department gets it. Cluefulness.
Okay.
Getting.
Project position and.
Okay, but what you're doing is you're defending why it's not your fault that nobody got the form you created.
No, nobody knew a lot of it. Huh? It's right here, and it's got what? 13 names on it.
Okay.
There's more than 13 people.
Okay, so now for people in California to get on the same page,
Yes.
when you're working collaboratively, collaboration does not work if everybody's not involved in collaborating. Okay, collaboration means you have to have people interacting with one another. Okay, so the Navy SEALs have a thing. Let's focus on this. You guys can do that later. You can do that later. Focus on this, because if you're focused on the past, you're missing the present. You're not going to be where we're going in the future.
Yes.
Funny? Okay. So.
It's involving me. It's always.
Oh, okay. So. A key thing in collaboration is you got to get everybody who's supposed to be involved needs to know how to be involved, and they're involved. Smart people think about that before they start marching down the path. That is called cluefulness, anticipating future dangers. And we learned from Lawrence Lessing, cows not so good at that. Ants pretty good at cluefulness, not cows though. Okay, they are not good at anticipating things that can happen. Here, good employees are good at anticipating what can happen. So Brett is good at coming up with, I'm going to create a form. I've got an idea for the form. I can picture the form in my brain. I can actually create the form. I can publish the form. But somebody who is really good wouldn't say 13 people filled it out 24 hours later.
Can I say something real
No,
quick?
because it's not. Because you're just defending why you didn't do it. And
No, I was gonna
we're
tell
getting
Maria-
back to
No.
listen and learn.
I was
No
going to tell
teaching.
Maria in California to have a
We
nice
don't-
day too.
So what good employees do is when you picture it, and I'm not saying Brett isn't. This isn't we're not talking about what our people are doing. We're talking about what good people do, and this is best practices. So what good people do is they anticipate the form or the thing I'm going to do, the Hetzapetza I'm going to do, doesn't have value if the people who are supposed to be involved don't know. If you're a Navy SEAL and there's a plan, hey, I've got a great way to go capture that castle.
Got it. I just killed everybody.
Okay?
People die.
I've got a great way to capture that castle, but the rest of your team doesn't know. What happens?
Murder.
People die.
Murder.
People die.
Murder.
Okay? They need to know. You need to know. You need to get people on the team. So here, when you're trying to get, when you're going to a business, selling yourself on, I can take you to the cloud. The key part of that is tape,
Hi, Karen. My name is
not
Steve,
cloud.
and I'm
It's
calling
tape.
with the magazine.
You know the cloud, but if you can't get the other people in that company to the cloud, your career is short-lived there, because all of the other employees are going to gang up against you. They're not going to like you. So you sell yourself
I'm sorry.
in the interview, I can take you to the cloud. You have to be clueful and understand that in order to take people to the cloud, there has to be people there to take. We can't assume, and the reason I said herd, because the herd needs to be pushed. What does a flock do? A flock follows. Okay, the flock follows. A herd needs to be pushed. Okay, so you don't want to be a herd, and you don't want to be a lone wolf like Brett. Okay, looking for his pride.
I never had any to look for, so it don't really matter. Get it right.
Without a flock.
Correct. Who, Brett?
No, I got more than one follower, so.
Okay. Yeah, Brett is no longer a lone nut.
Exactly.
He's a. Okay, so key thing. In order to collaborate, we have to practice collaboration. We can't take it for granted that just because we're in a department that anybody else knows what we're doing. So each department needs to get somebody who's going to take responsibility for getting and giving knowledge, for collecting and spreading knowledge. And the admin department really needs to be responsible for that, because the fundamental purpose of people in operations is to do what? But what is the key purpose of people in operations for a newsletter?
Content.
To create and publish the newsletter.
Produce and distribute.
Correct. Exactly. That's the key purpose of people in operations. Their key purpose isn't to make sure everybody else knows what they're doing. They need to focus on their job. Admin needs to make sure other people know what they're supposed to be doing. Okay? Let's see. I want to take an interruption here. One of the things, I see Father Max back there, one of the things that Father Max did is he brought more books. So when he comes, everybody will have their own book to study and be prepared for. Who has a book? Manuel, can you hold up your book, please?
I just sent the email to you.
Okay. Okay. So in 3 weeks, that's the book we're going to be doing. Father Max brought 20 more books. So now with the few we have left, and Father, are we going to be doing chapter 3 again? Okay, and that's 4? What's integrity? Chapters 2 and 3. So on February 12th, we'll be doing chapters 2 and 3. So we'll be studying them all that week. So when Father Max is here, everybody will be prepared and take advantage of the opportunity not to just be told what it is, but to be able to interact and collaborate on how you can help bring honesty and integrity to the workplace where you are, because that is a key thing. So let's thank Father Max for bringing in books for everybody. Yes, so Father Max is responsible for a secret donor, right?
So pray for him.
Pray for him. Pray for the secret donor because he cares about what we're doing. Okay. Well, Father, thank you. Is there anything else that you'd like to say?
No, I gotta go because I got another gig.
Okay. Ed, could you
I'll
make
be
sure
back.
that Father gets out from the gate?
Yeah.
Thanks.
The,
I think it might be unlocked.
okay.
Okay, so Brett is publishing something on the board. And it says there's a project form on Google Plus. Please fill out and submit. What does submit mean?
There isn't no spell check. It's not
Submit.
my fault.
What does submit mean?
Submit.
Submit.
Submit?
Yeah.
How do you get submit out of that?
That's sandwich. It's like sandwich, you know.
It's there.
Okay.
Okay, one-
So
Still doesn't-
now there's a project form on Google Plus. Okay, you can find it in one of the 15 billion other postings.
No, I just posted it right now.
Okay, so he posted it right now,
So it should be on
and
top.
it's under what?
Under Brett George.
Brett George.
This is the form for all projects. And if the person next to you doesn't have it, you can share it with them.
Okay, so again, as part of our Swim Buddy, our Navy SEALs Learn One, Do One, Teach One, if you have it and the person next to you doesn't have it, you can either help them find it or you can repost it or push it, forward it to them. And by now, everybody should know how to.
Just not public.
Yeah, not to the public. By now, everybody should know how to post something or to forward, or what is it, whatever it's called in Google Plus.
Share.
Share, or share in Google Plus. Everybody should know how to do that now. If you don't, again, ask someone there, not Dennis, not Rose, ask another student, because when you get to the third phase of learning, doing, teaching, when you get to the teaching phase, that's when you actually learn the most. Okay, so we don't have a lot of content people here, right? In California, do you, Dennis?
Let's see.
So we can only communicate back and forth.
Yes, yeah, we do. We have, actually, yeah, we have two groups of the content as far as benefits of education and the benefits of Larson, as far as those facts. We have two groups.
Okay, good. So they're going to really have to do a lot of finding content, because this has got to go out every week, and we can post things every day. How do we post it? Where do we post it to? Where do we post to?
We can post Google Plus.
Exactly. We're going to post to Google Plus. We're going to post a link on Facebook and Twitter pushing people to Google Plus. So every day there should be more and more people joining the Google Plus community, the public community. Okay, so we talked about yesterday, on a daily basis we're going to publish things on Facebook and Twitter, but those things are going to have links and try to push people back to the Google Plus page. Okay? So every day that's what we need to do people going out getting subscriptions. Thus, the people who are doing content, if you have content every day, what are you doing, Cedric?
Facts where things are and where they're going, content.
Content, okay. So when you're doing content every day, you can, what you should do is publish it, or in other words, post it on the Google Plus community.
This is after it's been edited. And
post that thing on the Google Plus community. Then the people who are involved in marketing, they're looking for subscribers, will take that and republish it on Facebook and Twitter, trying to get people to come back to Google Plus by clicking on the link. Okay, so you publish something, So you publish, you create a document, you publish it on Google+. Then this person takes that and they create something, a little posting, and they post it to Facebook. Okay, you put it here, this person sees it, oh, okay, good, cool, Cedric has the story. I'm now going to post it on Facebook. So I'm going to get this link, I'm going to write a little thing, hey, here's something you need to know about, it's essential information, you need to know about it, and the link in there is not going to be to hashtag the obligation or hashtag, it's not going to be that, and it's not going to be www. What it's going to be is the link to this. So when a person here sees that and they click on a button,
You like pushing buttons.
okay? They click on that button, it's going to take them to here.
And after they like what they read, the subscription app.
Well, we want them to join this community,
Right.
okay? And there should be a subscription thing on our community. Now, the same thing would be if it was for Facebook or Twitter. Okay? This person who posted it here posts it to Twitter. This person looks at their, oh, they push the button and it brings them back to our Google Plus page. So the Google Plus page we should think of as a library, a repository of all of the cool stories that we have. A subscription form on there. Brett's form, some other form. You know, if we wanted to raise money for some cause, bus passes, let's say bus passes to people, we would put a link on Google Plus that would take people to Square if they wanted to contribute and buy bus passes, spend $5, buy a bus pass for someone. That link would be on this Google Plus community. That's what a community is for. Okay, it's not the same purpose as Facebook. It's not linear, meaning it's not by time. You know, you post, and things just keep going this way. A Google Plus community is like a community. There's places I can go. Where's the this? Where's the that? Oh, there's a map over here. There's a calendar here. Okay? So it's a very powerful tool. Most people don't use it. Most people feel, well, I'm happy with Facebook. I'm happy with Twitter. I don't need a third social media thing. They don't have it right. They don't see it the way it really is. So we just have to keep plugging away. Okay, so it's just about break time. Does anybody have any last questions in California?
Yeah, some of the students want to know if are you able to get any copies of the Beatitudes in the Workplace?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. If you could send us a few.
You know, hey, Sherry, when is Sean going there?
He's there now.
Oh, Sean is in California?
Yeah, he's here.
Okay. All right, so we'll make it a point to send books out.
Okay.
Okay? Yeah. Good point. Great. Anything else from California?
Just a second. Sorry? You said who's the person? Oh, okay. I guess Brett is going to put it out. Brett is the one that's going to post it to Google Plus?
Brett did post the form to Google Plus.
Okay. All right, that was the question.
Okay. I guess what I should have done is go to, how do I find it, Brett?
It should be on the top of Google Plus. You're in my circle, you're in my friends list.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know Maria in California has it, and there's a couple other people.
Okay.
Can you guys find it there? Because I can show you.
Yeah, we should be able to find it there. If it's in Google Plus, we should be
Okay,
able to
so
find
I'm on my home page in Google Plus.
it. Okay,
Here,
is that it?
this
Okay.
is it. That's what it looks like.
They have it.
Beautiful. Okay, let's get it filled out. Thanks, and we'll see everybody at 2. I'll invite you, Dennis, and you can invite other people.
Ed,
All right?
Ed. Hello?
Yep.
I lecture till maybe 2:30 or 3 o'clock sometimes. So I won't be able to join in on that.
That's fine.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, everybody, thank you. Bye now.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.